Hello, my name is Omar Abdelwahab, and I'm going to talk about two-factor authentication. Now, the definition of a two-factor authentication is that it's a process that involves two stages. A user must provide two means of identification, a physical token and a security code. An example of an application that requires two-factor authentication is the automated teller machine, in which the system requires two items: an ATM smart card and the personal identification number PIN. In case of a lost ATM card, the user's accounts are still safe. Anyone who finds the card cannot withdraw the money as they do not know the PIN. Same is true if the attacker has only the PIN and doesn't have the card. Now, Google provides a two-step verification process in which the user enters his or her credentials, and then a verification code is sent to the user's mobile phone for the user to enter with the credentials as a secondary authentication. Also, the user could generate the verification code through Google Authenticator. These websites implement 2FA. Now, these products provide two-factor authentication solution. PortalGuard, for example, offers an on-premise turnkey user authentication solution set for companies. This all-in-one integrated design includes two-factor methods. Also, TillSign 2FA provides two-factor authentication through a user's cell phone. Swivel Secure Pin Safe, which takes a user's fixed personal identification number and randomly generates a one-time login code that is sent to the user to enter as part of a second factor for authentication. Phone Factor is it provides second factor authentication using the phone. And Quest Defender is a software that uses the power and flexibility of Active Directory to provide strong two-factor authentication for organizations. Now, there were successful attacks on second-factor authentication, such as man-in-the-middle phishing attack. On July 2006, the first reports of a man-in-the-middle phishing 2.0 attack against Citibank's Citi Business Service were reported by the Washington Post. The phishing scam, originating in Russia, shows that cyber criminals are integrating multiple attack methods to defeat the latest security measures, such as one-time password tokens implemented by banks. Also, the deployment attacks. You have many companies only deploy two-factor authentication on one or two systems that identify as high risk. A determined attacker will look for ways around strong systems. They will look for a weaker system that will allow a pivot point to breach their target server. Considering an attacker who's able to log into a web application to access other systems internally by hardening the SSH server with two-factor authentication, no breach will occur using credentials. But the attacker could breach your system by attacking web applications that doesn't have strong authentication, and through that application, an attacker could achieve the original goal. The advantages of using a two-factor authentication method is that it provides great security. Hackers will be less attracted to an account protected with 2FA. Inexpensive, as 2FA is commonly done via text message or smartphone app. Help desk will send less notification emails to employees encouraging them to strengthen their passwords. The disadvantages are that you need to have your phone or token at all times. And people get sick of entering a verification code and a password every time they log in, which makes it slow for them to log into their accounts. Also, after the RSA Secure ID was hacked, many banks started to abandon 2FA. Some system administrators look at 2FA as overhead and extra points of failure. Conclusion is that 2FA is highly secure, it's inexpensive, effective deployment is needed to achieve maximum gain out of 2FA. Thank you for your listening and for your attention. Omar Abdelwahab.